Hello everyone, welcome to the next video of data structure and algorithm. Today we'll discuss one of the interesting concept or interesting data structure known as your stack. Now before I'll go into the depth of stack, let us consider one example. So suppose four friends, you have decided that you will go for a movie. Okay, so through one auto. So the seat arrangement of auto is like this. Means you can enter from one side and you have to come out of auto from the same side. So whenever you have decided one, two, three, four friends, now while entering to auto or whenever you sit inside the auto, now who will sit first? So there will be no guarantee that one will sit first, after two, then three, then four. It's not like that. Anyone randomly can sit. Okay. So suppose we are allowing three to sit first. Okay. After that, now one can sit. Anyone can sit. Clear? After that, two can sit. After that, four we can allow. Okay, so that means whenever you are entering to the auto, we are having an option who can enter first. Okay, but you remember the reverse part. Whenever you want to come outside the auto, then you don't have any option. Four has to come because four is at the beginning. After that, two have to come. Then one will come. After that, three will come. Okay, so that means while entering inside the auto or coming out of the auto, you are following one simple principle that anyone who has entered last, so last in, have to come out first. That is first out. Okay, or in short form, this is known as LIFO. Clear? So this is one basic example that we are, or real-time example we can say, that we are experiencing in our day-to-day life. Okay, and that principle is nothing but known as your stack. Okay, so stack follows LIFO data structure or last in first out data structure. If you can say that inside a food court you are keeping some trays one after another. Okay, or that we are calling as stack of trays. Clear? So whenever I need, I have to bring the tray which is present at the top. Okay, so that means the tray which we have kept at the end or on the top, that I can access first. Okay, so the same thing you have seen from the childhood, that there will be a stack of CDs will be there. So all the CDs will be present one after another, but you can bring out the CD which you have entered at the end. Okay, so that is all those applications of stack. Clear? If you'll see inside in your mobile phone, there is a gallery. Okay, so inside the gallery you are keeping all the photographs. So whenever you are capturing all the moments, you can see the last photo whatever you have captured, the last image what you have captured will be displayed first. So that is also one real-time application of stack. Okay, if you have studied C programming, then function recursion uses the concept of stack. Okay, because in the order, whenever you are calling the function, finally the output will be given to the last function which has been called, then the last one, then the first one. Okay, so all those real-time examples you can relate to the concept of stack. Clear? So finally you can say that stack follows last in first out or LIFO data structure. Clear? So there are some basic operations of stack are present. One is known as a push operation, pop operation, and peek operation. We'll discuss one by one in the coming slide. But push means you have to insert the value. Pop means you want to display, delete the value, and peek means the last value whatever you have entered that I want to show. So that is what peek. Okay, and like auto, stack is also having one end. You can do the operation from a single end, means insert and delete, both operations you can do from the single end. So that's why one simple variable we are using, that is known as a top variable. Okay, for all these kind of operations, how these operations and variable will be used, let us see. Okay, so first we are coming for the push operation. Now, whenever you are given the example of auto that you have to sit inside the auto, auto is having a capacity. So that means maximum 4 people can sit. Similarly, while doing the push operation of stack, we'll have also a capacity. Clear? So suppose we are using one array and the size of the array is 5. Clear? Now here array index will start from 0. So this is what the representation, that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Clear? Top is one special variable which will be pointing to -1. That means now not a single value is present inside the stack. Clear? So this is one basic idea. Whenever top value is equal to -1, that means top is not pointing to any of the index of stack, then we'll consider the stack is empty. Okay. Now in the next step, suppose I want to do one push operation. Like you want to enter inside the auto, you are having option out of 4 friends who will enter. Similarly, whenever I want to keep some value inside the stack, I am having some option. So push means which value you want to push. So suppose I want to push 25. Okay. Now what will happen? This is what the representation of size 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So first step what we will do, we'll increment the top variable value by 1. Okay. Before doing the push operation, you have to increment the value of the top by 1. So top equal to top plus 1 means -1 plus 1 will become 0. Clear? So that means currently top will point to the index 0. Now to which index top is pointing, I'll keep my value there. Clear? So let me do one more push operation. Suppose push 40. I want to push the value 40 inside the stack. Clear? So this is what the situation of stack. Okay. 25 is already there. Done. Now whenever I'll do the push operation, what I will do? I'll increment the value of top by 1. So previously top value was 0. Now 0 plus 1 will become 1. So top will currently point to the index 1. Now to which index top is pointing, I'll keep my value there. Okay. So this is what is simple principle behind your push operation. Before push operation, you have to increment the value of top by 1. To which index top will point, I'll keep the value there inside the stack. Okay. Now see, suppose after some push operations, after some push operations, now this is what the status of my stack. I have done many push operations and currently this is what the status of my stack. Clear? Now I can say top is now currently pointing to 4 because unless and until top will point to 4, 60 cannot be pushed. So here in this step, suppose I want to push one more value. So push 90. Clear? So we have told that whenever I want to do push operation, top will be incremented by 1. And once top will be incremented, to which index top is pointing, I'll keep the value there. But there will be a restriction. That means suppose there is a glass of water is there and that is already filled. Clear? I'll put some more water. What will happen? Now this will show you overflow. Clear? So normally we say now the water is overflowed. Okay. So similarly, whenever I want to push a new item, but space is not available, how I'll know that? Now before doing any push operation, I have to check the status of top first. To which index top is pointing. If top is pointing to size -1, here size is 5, and currently top is pointing to size -1. That means my stack is full. And if I want to or I'm trying to do some push operation, instantly one message will come, stack overflow. So I'll get to know that now currently I don't have any space inside my stack. Okay. So before doing any push operation, I have to check space is available or not. Means stack overflow condition is occurring or not. If occurring, then stop the operation. If not, then increment the top variable and keep the value at the index to which top is pointing. Okay, so these are some basic steps for push operations. Clear? Now let us see push 12. So 12 is being pushed. After that, I want to push 56. So 56 will be pushed over 12. I want to push 88. So 88 will be pushed over 56. Okay, so these are what the basic push operations. Now coming to the pop operation. Okay, so when I am doing the pop operation, simple, I want to remove the item from the top of the stack. Means the element which is present at the top or to which value top is pointing, that value will be removed from the stack. Okay, so let us do some operations again. So suppose here values are present 25, the random values I am keeping. Now currently top is pointing to 4. Okay, if I'll call pop operation, now check the example we have given, that whenever you are entering into the auto, you are having some option out of 4 fields who will enter, but while coming out of the auto you don't have any option. Anyone who is present at the first have to come first. Similarly, whenever we are writing previously push, then we are having one value push 50 or push 90, means we are having some option what value I want to push. But whenever I'm writing pop, I don't have any option. Pop means to which value top is pointing or in which index top is pointing, whatever the value will be there, that must be deleted or that must be removed. So what will happen? I need to write top equal to top minus 1. Clear? Now previously top was pointing to 4, minus 1 will be 3. Clear? So in the next step, what will happen? Now the topmost element is not present inside the stack. Okay. So currently the status will be 50, 40, 30, 25. So here the doubt comes to everyone's mind that seriously 60 has been deleted? No. But logically, as per the principle of stack, to which index top is pointing, currently that is my topmost element, and that up to that my stack is containing values. So if 60 is there, then I am not counting that one, because next time I'll do the push operation, that 60 will be overwritten. Okay, so let me do one more step for pop operation. I'll write pop here. What will happen? Top equal to top minus 1. So 4, 3 minus 1 will be 2, and currently the status of the stack, okay, the status of the stack will be 25, because top is pointing up to 2. Clear? So logically this will be the values, or these are the values of the stack. Clear? Now suppose after doing some pop operation, after some pop operations, clear, this is what the status of my stack. Then not a single value is present in the stack. So what will happen? Top will point to what? The top will point to minus 1. At that step, if I want to do one more pop operation, clear? So that means not a single element is present in the stack, but still I want to remove the item. So that means at that point of time, you will get a message. Okay, what message? Now you will get the message of stack underflow. Okay, so stack overflow case will come during the time of push operation. Stack underflow will come during the time of pop operation. So that means if there is not a single element present in the stack and you are trying to do the pop operation, then instantly stack underflow case will come. and that will be known by the help of top variable. Okay, or the status of top variable. Okay, now you can check. So 12, 56, 88 were there. I have used pop operation. 88 is being deleted. Next time I am using pop, 56 will be deleted. Clear? So pop operation means it will remove the topmost element from the stack. Lastly, coming to the peek operation. Now peek operation, what it will do, it will give you the topmost element, but it will not be removed. The structure will be same for the stack. Clear? So peek function will be called means it will just display what is present in the stack top, or top is pointing to that index, what value is present in that index, but the value will be still there. So that is what the difference between pop and peek. Pop will remove the topmost element, but peek will not remove. It will only return you what value is present on the stack top. Okay. So these are what the basic operations of stack. We have discussed what are the real-time applications or where actually you are experiencing the concept of stack. So for stack, push, pop, and peek operations are there. Also, we'll implement in the next video how all these operations can be implemented by using array. And also, we have seen all display function that also we are going to implement in our next video. Okay. So thank you everyone for watching this.